Today I'm going to talk about Private, written by Xavier Neal. Xavier Neal is a girl. This is her, I think her might be her second or third book I'm reading. She is a BWWM author so far. All her books that I've read are great. As I said, this I think is the second or third book. I'm not 100% that I read from her, but I want to give you a review on it. I didn't give you a review on the first one, so I'm going to start with this one. Again, this book is called Private. It's a BWWM. The main characters of this book are Wes and Brinlin. I'm going to call her Bryn. So, this book basically takes place in a mansion, which is Wes Mansion. Wes is considered a monster or a mogul. They're not really sure exactly what happened to him. The backstory that happened to him is that when he was 18, he basically told his parents that we're on vacation, but I have to go back because my girlfriend is in the hospital and I want to see her. So he forced his parents to cut the vacation short. Unfortunately, the plane got in an accident and he was the only survivor. However, he was burnt really bad, like really, really bad. So 10 years later, no one have ever seen a picture of him since then. No one have ever, they spoke to him, but they haven't seen him at all. Now, Brinland came into the picture because her mom is his housekeeper, the head of the housekeeper, and she was deathly ill. Not deathly, but like seriously ill. And the doctors wasn't sure what was killing her or why it was killing her, so they wanted to bring her daughter in so her daughter could see her, and basically maybe that will bring her back together. Unfortunately, it did and did not, because while the mom was getting better at one aspect, she was able to get sick. She was still getting sick at the other aspect. So it turned out that someone in her mansion is secretly poisoning her. Everyone in the mansion has been with him for the time that he was in the accident, and maybe beyond that when his parents was there. So they know why he have his privacy, and they accepted his rule, they accept everything. So Bryn come into the situation. She's loudmouth, she's outspoken, she does what she wants, and she's basically going to defy all his rules. He was attracted to her instantly. He just loved everything about her. He already had met her though, but he was scared to bring her to the mansion because he didn't want to destroy her life, thinking that he already destroyed it when she was younger. Anyway, so Bryn's mother's being sick, and he wanted her to have her Bryn to come and comfort her. Around the same time, he's fighting his attraction to her. He has a best friend, CJ, also business partner. CJ and Bryn become like best friends. They were like basically watching Star Wars together. They hang out. They do everything together. But it wasn't like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. It was like a brother-sister kind of relationship. And they knew that, but Wes didn't know that because he was so blindly jealous. All he wanted was to be in her company, but he at the same time, he didn't want her to see him. Long story short, Bryn basically said, if I will have dinner with you if you let me see you. And he said yes. He haven't let anyone seen him or touched him in years. So he said yes, and lo and behold, they hit it off. They had dinner. He took off his hoodie because he was walking around with hoodie so she wouldn't see his face. And she touched him. She talked to him. Basically, she talked to him like a normal human being, as if he wasn't burned. He didn't have any scars or anything. And he was puzzled by it. Like, why is she not seeing my scars? Why is she not making me seem like the monster that everybody else think I am, that I know I am? Because he was really his self-conscious, his self-esteem was gone. He didn't think he was worthy of ever being seen, except for his staff and his best friend. But Bryn basically brought that out of him. He's like, listen, I don't see what everybody else see. I see the inside of you. And what I thought it was sweet, because a lot of people, when they're hurt and they see scars, they know that they're scarred. They're scared that everybody's going to judge them by their appearance. And to tell you the truth, society is vicious and they do judge them by their appearance. So I understand where he was coming from. I love Bryn characters because she didn't see that. She see him. She saw the man he was, the kindness he showed to everyone, and how he protects his family and his people that he cares about. Anyway, it turned out that it was someone internally that was poison him, and it was a staff member that they had basically hired to be his companion because she was around the same age as he was, and she wanted she wanted basically him for himself, but she loved him for who he was, and she would protect him every time that like he would come around. She was like, oh, whatever you need, I will give it to you, like seductively, like whatever you need, anything at all, just let me know. So he wasn't playing that. He just wasn't feeling her, you know, and she didn't like that. I think she got offensive. So when she found out that him and Bryn was going out and they took a picture, she basically sent the picture out and said Bryn sent it, and he blew up on Bryn, and then like he just didn't want nothing to do with her. He told her to leave his mansion and blah blah blah, and she was hurt because I would be hurt too, knowing that I did all that. I love you for who you are, and you hurt me that much. You didn't even take my word for it. Why? So it turned when he found out that it was the I think her name was, I forgot her name. Yeah, when he found out that it was her, he basically said that, why would you do this? Why would you do this to Bryn? Why would you do it to Lauren, which is Bryn's mother? He said, she said, my father deserved that head of household position, not Lauren. Okay, but why? My father's been here longer. And then why you set up Bryn? Because I was protecting you. I wanted to keep you here, keep you in your sanctuary that you was trying to keep, not go out there in public. He said, I understand that, but that didn't give you the right to do that. Anyway, instead of getting her arrested for invasion of privacy and all that stuff, he had her committed because he really saw that there was something wrong with her. She was mentally unstable. And then he basically went back to find Bryn to apologize for how he accused her of stuff and things like that. And once they come back together, they actually had a prologue, and they basically are engaged to get married. But however, this book is also a series, and I found out at the end. So there's going to be a book 2. This book 1 was called Private. Book 2 is going to call Public. So I can't wait to see it because I want to find out what happened with CJ, if he ever found love, if Bryn and Wes ever got married, what happened with Lauren and Clark. Clark is the girls that got committed, her father. So I can't wait to read book 2 of this series. Again, this book is written by Xavier Neal. She's a fabulous writer. I'm going to start reading more of her books, and I give you guys a review on it. Check it out. Private by Xavier Neal. Have a good day, guys. Bye.